Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Lina and I'm your Russian teacher. I'm sure you all know Russian verbs of motion and you know how tricky they can be. So today we're gonna speak about them, but not about their literal meaning. No, we're gonna take idiomatic expressions that are using two verbs of motion, ИДТИ and ХОДИТЬ. To give you an idea what I'm talking about, you all know the expression идёт дождь. Идёт дождь, it's raining. So there is no to go in translation. But in Russian we use the verb идти. Идёт дождь. So today I'm gonna give you 15 expressions like these. So let's begin. And the first expression, the expression that I already gave you in my introduction, that's идёт дождь. But we can say it not only about rain, дождь. We can add here снег. Идёт дождь, идёт снег, идёт град. So anything like this, we'll be using the word идёт. If you want to change your sentence and if you want to say it was raining yesterday, for example, obviously you will have to change the word идёт. You will have to conjugate it exactly the same as the verb идти in the past tense, like шел for дождь, because дождь is masculine. And like this you could say вчера шел дождь. Дождь шел. Then the next one, in English you can use also the verb to go, because it's an expression время идёт. Время идёт быстро. Time goes or passes quickly. The next one can be tricky. We say here автобус идёт or трамвай идёт, поезд идёт. Why is it tricky? Because as you understand, трамвай, поезд, автобус, they are all transport. But the verb to go, идти and ходить, in Russian we use only when we're going by foot. So here it's weird because we have transport and at the same time we have the verb of motion, which is used only when you're talking about going by foot. So this what we need to remember. If you're talking about transport and if you're talking about its schedule, for example, трамвай не идёт по этому маршруту. So you're talking here about some kind of distance or some kind of schedule of this tram. And that's why here, if you're talking about schedule of any public transportation, you would use this verb идёт. Трамвай идёт, автобус идёт. Like you're standing on the bus station, you see your bus and you can say, о, мой автобус идёт. Next one, very common use of the verb идёт or идти. Here we can ask, что сегодня идёт по телевизору? Что сегодня идёт по телевизору? And it's simply what's on TV today. And obviously you can answer by saying фильм идёт, передача идёт, шоу идёт. For example, сейчас идёт интересный фильм. So they are showing an interesting movie tonight. Then the next one is pretty similar but at the same time different. You can talk here about your exams or about any kind of negotiation. For example, идут экзамены, идут переговоры. Then the next one, very common saying is о чём идёт речь? О чём идёт речь? It's like, what are you talking about? Or if you missed part of the conversation, you're entering the room and you hear like people are speaking and you don't know the beginning of the conversation, the topic of the conversation. So you can ask this question, о чём идёт речь? Like, what's the conversation about? The next one, we use идёт when we're speaking about something, usually clothes, that looks good on us. For example, I can say, мне идёт это платье. Or when you want to give a compliment, you could say тебе идёт эта рубашка. In this case, pay attention that you should use мне, тебе, so the person that you are using here will be staying in the dative case. Мне идёт, тебе идёт, этой девушке идёт, этому парню идёт. The next one can be using a few different words. The most popular are идти на риск, to take some risk. For example, я не хочу идти на риск. Or you could simply say идти на все. So идти на все, it's like to do anything that you have to do. Идти на все. Он пойдет на все ради своей цели. The next one, simply, separately, verb of motion to go. It's like идет. And идет we use when we mean, yeah, that's fine, okay, идет, good. The next expression is не приходит в голову or не приходит на ум. You use it when you cannot remember or recall something in your memory. Мне не приходит ничего на ум. Nothing comes to my mind. The next one is pretty similar. Here we have идея или мысль. Like, мне пришла идея. Some idea came to my mind. So here also we kind of use verbs of motion in English too. Мне пришла идея or мне пришла интересная мысль в голову. The next one, also another expression where in English you say it like to go. In Russian it's expression сходить с ума. To go crazy. Я схожу с ума. I'm going crazy. Then the next one, it's an idiom. Ходить вокруг да около. Ходить вокруг да около. It's like when you cannot come to the point. You try to speak about different stuff, you try to do different stuff, but you don't do the most important stuff. So I can tell you, не ходи вокруг да около. Скажи мне, что ты хочешь. Then the next one, we had a similar expression before when we talked about movies and shows. Here it's pretty similar. It's like спектакль or выставка проходит. Проходит in this case, again, it's like is being held somewhere. Выставка проходит на площади. And the last expression, again, the expression about wearing something, wearing some clothes. So here we can say ходить в and some piece of clothing. Here you could say ходить в черном, ходить в платьях, ходить в джинсах. In this case, we use ходить when we mean that you always or sometimes wear something or even never. So anytime when you have any repetition of the action, you would use this. Like я всегда хожу в черном or я всегда хожу в платьях. Or я никогда не хожу в очках. And that's it. These were 15 expressions where we used ходить and идти in their idiomatic meanings. I will make more videos like these with other verbs of motion because, as you know, we have a lot of verbs of motion and each verb of motion we can use in this idiomatic meaning. So that's why a lot of phrases are waiting for us. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe to my channel and learn Russian with me.